Hey guys, today I'm going to discuss a very important topic for the musicians, that is how to carry a guitar inside an aeroplane. A few days back I was having the same question and I was very confused after reading all the answers in the internet, and that is why I decided to create this video for all you guys. I was traveling from Salt Lake City, Utah to Mumbai, and I had three flights in the whole journey. One was from Salt Lake City, Utah to Los Angeles, then from Los Angeles to Doha, and from Doha to Mumbai. The first thing you have to keep in mind is you have to have a hard case if you are carrying an expensive guitar. Many of us think that if we have a gig bag, the airline authorities will allow us to carry on the guitar, but it is not always true. If by any chance the authorities don't allow you to carry the guitar, then there is every possibility that the guitar will break because it is inside a gig bag, and a gig bag is not always a safe option. So you must have a hard case. Second, you have to loosen your strings always when you fly with a guitar. You have to loosen your strings little bit, and you should also use some clothes to cushion the guitar inside the hard case. That is, there should not be any gap in between the guitar and the hard case. Okay, that is, the guitar should not move inside the hard case. You can also use bubble wrap to wrap around the head and the neck of the guitar. And you should also use some uh, tissue papers in between the strings and the fretboard. Okay. Second, you have to reach the airport little early so that you have some time to convince the airline authorities at the counter that you have to check in your guitar, and sorry, you have to carry on the guitar with you. You don't want to check in. Okay, so as a guitarist, you will never want that you have to check in your guitar as a baggage, because there have been so many cases where the guitars have broken inside the hard case also. So you have to allow some time for you to talk to the people and convince them that you need to carry on the guitar along with you and not as a baggage. Okay. Now, when you talk to the people at the counter, it is very important that you maintain your calm, and you have to be very polite when you talk to them. You should not argue at all. Okay, you have to be very polite when you discuss this with the airline authorities. So the some lines that you can use to convince them is like, you can tell them that, ma'am, or sir, this guitar is very expensive. If it breaks, it will break my heart. There have been cases where the guitars have broken inside the hard cases as well. So you can use these lines to convince the guys. So in my case, what happened was, when I was traveling from Salt Lake City, Utah to Los Angeles, it was a very small flight, and it was an Alaska Airlines flight. And I somehow convinced the lady at the counter, and she allowed me to go inside the aircraft along with the guitar. And if somehow it does not fit in over the head or under the seats, they told me that they will have to check in the guitar as a baggage. They don't have any other option. Okay, so I went inside the aircraft with the guitar, and unfortunately, it did not fit in over the head and under the seats. And I had no other way but to check in the guitar. But I was not very worried, uh, because I knew that I had taken much precaution for the guitar to be safe, even if it is checked in as a baggage. So it was a short duration flight, 1 hour 40 minutes flight, I think. And I once I received the guitar, I checked that everything was fine. It was completely safe. And now I went to the Qatar Airways counter, and again try the same thing, like it's a very expensive guitar, and if it breaks, it'll break my heart. Please, uh, uh, please be helpful, and it'll be great uh, if you allow me to carry the guitar as a carry-on. It'll be so helpful of you. So these lines you can try to convince the guys at the counter. Okay, so she told me that, okay, and they might come up with answers like, nothing will happen because it's a hard case, and we will put a fragile tag on the guitar. But you should make sure that the guitar does not go in as a baggage. Okay, so you have to use these lines like it's a very expensive guitar and all those stuff that I already mentioned. Okay, so the lady, she was convinced, and she told me that she will talk to the airline crew, and if the crew is comfortable, then they will allow me to carry on the guitar inside along with me. Okay, so she talked to the airline crew, and they told that, there is space inside the aircraft where they can keep the guitar safe, and there is a coat closet for the business class people to keep the coats of the business class people. Okay, so there is space for some small things, like a guitar will easily fit inside the coat closet. Okay, so they kept my guitar. They took the guitar and kept it inside the coat closet of the business class people. And after that, it was not a problem at all. I received my guitar at Doha airport, and then again for the next flight, I again went to the airline crew and told them that please keep the guitar inside the coat closet. So they cooperated, and everything was perfect after that. Uh, I again checked my guitar once I reached Mumbai, and it was very safe. It was completely, nothing happened to the guitar. Okay. So, the things that you have to keep in mind is, first, you have to have a hard case. Second, you have to loosen your strings and then cushion the guitar with some clothes inside. You can also bubble wrap the head and the neck of the guitar, and you have to put a tissue in between the strings and the fretboard. Third, you have to reach the airport a little early to convince the people at the counter. Fourth, you have to be very polite when you talk to them. You should not argue at all. You must not argue at all with them. Okay, you have to be very polite, and you can tell things like it's a very expensive guitar, and there have been cases where the guitars have broken even though they were inside the hard cases. If it breaks, it'll break my heart. You have to try to convince them like that. And you can also mention that you have heard from people that guitars are can be kept inside the business class closet. Okay, so you can try to convince them that way, and I'm 100% sure that they will cooperate with you, and they will allow you to carry on the guitar along with you and not as a baggage. So I hope this video will be helpful for you guys. I wish you good luck when you travel along with a guitar. Thank you so much.